Um, I just made a video. It was I like to fart, and I forgot what I made the video about. Um, no, I did shit, but I realized I wanted to make another video, and I don't think I've made it yet. I don't think I made it. I don't think I like to fart with about it. I didn't know what to name it, so I just whatever. Sometimes I blank on namings, it's just like shit. But whatever. Sometimes I nail the naming, and when I nail it, I nail it. But I don't know. Naming to me is I just blank like I'm a teenager again. Um, Although I didn't blank as a teenager, I only blanked when I was story writing. But anyways, that's a different story. But like I'd story write and I'd sit in front of an empty page and I just blanked. I just didn't know what to say, and then I'd write something, and then I'd hate it. And I'm not that type of writer. Like not at all. Like I'm just like, oh my god, this is awesome. And like sometimes I write stupid shit, and I can recognize it, and I don't have an ego, right? You got to kill that writer's pride. If you kill that writer's pride, then writing can just be so fun. Because like sometimes I write stupid shit, and I'm fine with that. That doesn't hurt me, It's just the experience of writing, which is just so awesome. But anyways, I want to make a video on the Freemasons, right? No, I did. So let me tell you about my experience with the Freemasons. So I'm an American. And obviously America was founded by Freemasons, right? But it's like when you learn the reality of Freemasonry, you realize that they want to kill all the religions on earth. They want to kill Christianity, they want to kill Islam, they want to kill Buddhism, and they want, according to what they say, they want reason to dominate man. But like, I saw this ritual one time, and it may not be true, but in this ritual you had these maybe Freemasons, and they had this ritual, and they were doing this very, because my dad was Catholic, I'm not Catholic, I don't believe in all that shit, but, I experienced the Catholic Mass, and I was looking at this Freemasonry stuff, and it looked like a Catholic Mass. I was just like, this is fucking weird. Like, what the fuck is this? But they had this ritual where they crossed, they had their fingers up, I think, and they had their thumb out, I think. I could be wrong. But I think it was their thumb, and they crossed their thumb across their throats 3 times. Right? And so, what does that mean? That means you do not speak about the Fight Club, right? You don't speak about Freemasonry. You don't speak about it, right? But at the same time, what do we know, right? Because this might be not be. Where'd you come from, Max? Yeah. Yeah. Right under the bed. Anyways, at the same time, what do we know about Freemasonry? Right? We know that it's a secret society, right? And if it's a secret society, then it is. What is it? What is it? It's secret, right? So it's like there's all these books out there, and there's all these videos out there about, what is it? About What is it? Freemasonry, right? And what are books other than public material? Do we see a conflict of interest here? I do. And so it's like I didn't trust any of these. Like, I didn't, like, I was interested in what Freemasonry was. But, like, I would never trust a book to tell me because I'm not an idiot. Right? And so I was always interested in what Freemasonry was, right? It's like, what the fuck are these guys, right? And I've heard different things, right? And I always thought, maybe these people are wise, maybe they are. And I think they do have a certain sort of wisdom to them. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. My grandpa was, my mother's father was approached by I think they said a black Freemason, but I think he's probably mulatto Freemason. But I don't know. He was approached by this other Freemason, and this Freemason had dinner. They had dinner together with his wife and my grandpa and my grandma, and it was just this innocent family dinner, and they hung out. And at the end of the dinner, the Freemason said, "Hey, we want you to be a Freemason." They asked my grandpa to be a Freemason. And he said no. He said no. Like, I could tell by the way because I only found out from my grandma. My grandpa didn't tell me this. My grandpa and I had a very special relationship to me, but we weren't like talkity. So I never knew this until my grandma told me after he died. But like on his deathbed, like he told me this one thing, and I was like, no, I'll do it. No, that's not gonna happen. But it was a fun moment. But he said no, right? And he said no because the secrecy made him uncomfortable, I think. Right, the secrecy. I don't know what it was because he never told me about it. But he always talked to me, and I could talk with him, and we could talk about whatever and not hate each other afterwards. And he was impact on my life. It was like, yeah, you can talk with someone else without hating them, or you can disagree with someone else and not hate them, and still love them. Like, oh, what a concept, right? Oh, what a concept. Ooh, like you say, ooh. Anyways, but he said no, apparently, according to my grandma. This is what my grandma said after he died. Like he was offered a chance into the Freemasons, and he said no. It's one point in time, I was with Teresa. She had a friend. He was a merchant, like a real, actual merchant. And but his friend had died, and his friend had all these storage facilities, and he left that guy in charge of distributing his storage. So this guy got in touch with the family, and he went out to the storages, or we went out to the storages, and this guy, he could build like jewelry cases, and they were beautiful jewelry cases. Like, he was a builder, but like, he was talking about this guy, and I was like digging. I wanted information on this guy because I want to know about Freemasonry, and this is like better than a book. So I'm like trying to like tell me about this guy. La, 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 la. And he's a builder, right? He's a builder. But I'm like, no, oh, he was a Freemason too, really. Tell me about that. And he told me, and according to him, he was talking to this guy who had died, and he was saying his experience with Freemasonry was frustrating. Like, there was all these stupid fights between all these stupid people who were brilliant. Like, they could build, they could create, they could attract influence or do whatever powerful. But there was all these, it was just petty and stupid, right? And he was underwhelmed by the Freemasonry that he was a part of. But I don't know. This is just what I heard. But I think there's definitely some wisdom within Freemasonry, some type of wisdom that is within Freemasonry, and I don't know what it is. I'm an outsider looking in. I don't know nothing about nothing concerning Freemasonry. They might have just the most powerful wisdom ever, right? Totally. But, and this is why I wanted to make this video, but then I started reading the Tales of Ninurta, right? And the Tales of Ninurta is a Sumerian story, and it's about the god Ninurta, right? And it's about the god Ninurta, and the writer of this story is supposedly a priest of Ninurta and a priest of Sumeria, supposedly, right? We don't necessarily know who, but it sounds like he is. But I was reading these tales in Ninurta, and they were so unlike Hermes Trismegistus and Moses. It's like these are two totally different fucking styles of fucking wisdom. But they were very similar in the things, or Moses is very similar to the Sumerian. Like he's a big fucking Sumerian fan. Like fucking Abraham is a Sumerian. He's not a fucking Semite. Or he's half Sumerian and half Semite at least. Obviously. Because Abraham's woman Sarah, she's a fucking Sumerian. And maybe this is I don't know. I won't go there. We won't go there. We won't go there. But I don't know. Maybe this is real or made up. But anyways, but whether it's real or made up, what's not made up is that Moses agreed with these Sumerian stories. And what did I get? Like, when I read this Tales of Ninurta, I was just like, my jaw was like open, and my eyes were open, and I was shocked. I'm like, what am I fucking reading right here? Like, this is ridiculous. This is silly. This is so in my face. Like, I'm trying to fucking decode Moses. I'm trying to decode Hermes. But like, these Sumerian stories are just fucking easy to decode. They're so fucking easy to fucking decode. Right? But it was written in a beautiful way because it had a double tongue. Right? This Tales of Ninurta had a double tongue. And you could read this Tales of Ninurta and see one story, and then you could read this Tales of Ninurta and see a totally different story. And I saw both. I'm like, what the fuck am I reading right here? Because, like, Hermes supposedly, in my own brain, has a triple tongue, right? Not a double. I think Moses is triple as well, but I don't know. But this was just like, I saw this immediately. Because, like, who is Ninurta? Ninurta was a tool. He was a tool. He was a tool being used. Right? Just like all you guys out there. And, like, he was this superhero god. He was a superhero god. He's gonna be a hero. But he's being used by everybody. And what does it say at the end? It's like, Ninurta, it is good to praise you. Right? And the praise is the vehicle or the tool of control. Right? If you want this idiot to do what you want him to do, then you praise him. Right? And I had grown up, like, my whole life. This is 2026. And for 100 years, we've had all these, 200 years, we've had all these brilliant psychologists, like Jung. I don't know if I want to put Freud in there, but he's funny. But it's like, this is psychology. And then I was interested, so I went on and I read The Descent of Inanna, which is another Sumerian story. And the Descent of Inanna, like, Ereshkigal is a fucking narcissist. Like, and how do you deal with a narcissist? How do you fucking deal with a narcissist? Like, Inanna loves her sister. And she just wanted to go have a party with her because someone had just died. So she wanted to have this mourning death party with her sister. And her sister's a fucking narcissist, so she wants everybody to be fucking miserable. Right? And so she was naive around Ereshkigal. She was loving, she was compassionate, she was empathetic to Ereshkigal. And Ereshkigal just fucked her over. Right? And that's what narcissists do. Right? And so what is the god of wisdom of the Sumerian? What is the god of wisdom of the Sumerian? How does the god of wisdom save Inanna? Right? He saves him by sending his minions down into hell. Like, he doesn't go himself because he doesn't want to go. Like, ew. Like, talk to the hand because the face, like, part the waters. Like, you go over there, I'll go over here. Like, get the fuck away from me. Like, ew. So he sends his minions down, and his minions, they start to, poor you, Ereshkigal, poor you, and they praise her, and they feed the narcissism of Ereshkigal. And I'm like, this is not the way of modern psychology, but this is powerful psychology, right? Because it's real. Like, it's actually real. Like, it's not fake, it's fucking real. Try it for your fucking self. Praise Ninurta, and you will prosper. In the same way that, because there was these two Jew brothers, and one was the elder one, and the other was the younger one, and the younger one got the blessing, and the older one didn't. But what did the younger one end up doing? The younger one ended up praising his older brother, like, you're so awesome. Like, please don't kill me. You're just so fucking awesome. And what does the older brother do? He's like, oh, I love you, brother. And oh, I love you too. And now the older brother's a minion to the younger brother. Because I've heard people say, oh, the younger brother's a little bitch, and like, no, this is what's happening in that story. Like, Moses is a huge Sumerian fucking fan of their wisdom, not their style. But he's a huge fan of their wisdom. Like this is like the Anunnaki, they were craftsmen. Like real craftsmen. And they just wanted to be happy. They just wanted to be chill. And there's all these people out there that don't want to be happy. And they don't want to be chill. So how do you manage those people? Like, let's flip this around rather than having it be like every other normal history out there where Rishkagala's on top. Like, how do we manage? Like, and that's what Ninurta did. Like, there's these other stories about Ninurta, and Ninurta, all of a sudden, he wants to, like, go do something. And, like all these leaders are like, where did you get that idea from, right? Like, who's controlling you right now? Right? Because they're afraid that once Ninurta leaves, all the bitches in society will rebel against them. Because they're just a bunch of complaining bitches that just don't have anything in their lives other than complaining and bitching. You know, they're just trying to be fucking happy. They're trying to build art, you know, with wood. They're trying to build art with food. They're trying to build art with this. They're trying stories, obviously. They're trying to obviously build art with story. They're trying to fucking craft, and they're just trying to be fucking happy. You know, and if Ninurta leaves, then he might not be able to keep the bitches in check. Right? So where'd you get this idea? Don't leave. Don't leave, Ninurta. It's a funny thing. But I realized that these Sumerian leaders, they were fucking secret society. But they were a different type of secret society that wanted to see society prosper, rather than have society be a boot to the face, a boot to the head, as it crushes that head on the ground. You know, it's a different type of secret society. Like, hey, you Freemasons, you might have your wisdom, but these Sumerians, they had their fucking wisdom too, and they were nothing like you. They wanted to build, and they wanted to prosper. Fruitfulness and prosperity is what Moses wanted, and that's what they wanted too. Fruitfulness and prosperity. Not fear and ignorance and control. It's a different way. It was a totally different way. Like, I know nothing about the Freemasons. Maybe. I don't think so, though, because I'm looking from the outside in. But from the outside, I don't like Freemasonic societies. Maybe if I was a Freemason, I might like it. I don't know. Maybe. But as someone who's not a Freemason, no, they're not fun at all. They're terror. They are fucking terror and just horror. And it's like, you know, damn, like, I just want to be fucking happy. There's all these modern movies where the criminals are now the heroes, you know, and it's just like, what the fuck? I'm a criminal. I'm gonna say something witty and cool. No, damn. No, they were like these Sumerians, the leaders, like the writer of this fucking Tales of Ninurta. Like, he was a secret society motherfucker because he was speaking in a double tongue. He was speaking in a double tongue. It's like you can view this Tale of Ninurta in one way, which is the way most idiots out. Like, I can't be the only one who interprets it this way. Like, I can't. Like, maybe I am. I don't know. There has to be somebody out there who fucking interprets it. Like, because it's so obvious. Like, Ninurta is not a god. He's a tool. He's a tool. And to call him a god is to make him a tool. Oh my, like, he's, like, obvious from the text. Like, just read the text. Like, this, like, again, Ninurta, it is good to praise you, but he is making fun of Ninurta. He's not praising Ninurta at all. He's making fun of him, and he's making fun of Ninurta by praising him.